thinking, where is she? She's late for a very important date. I was just having a little bit of a panic then. I'd opened up the thing on my monitory because I like to be able to see what you're writing, because I can read that better than I can read that. And I'm sat there thinking, oh, there's nobody today, nobody's joining us. I got the wrong one home. I got next week's home. So how are you all today? How's everybody? As you can see, I am my usual discombobulated self. So that's a relief. All is normal in the rabbit world. In fact, I think we may need to call T-Boy to do a little job in a moment. T-Boy in training, in fact. Yes, T-Boy's gone off to make the tea, Peter. T-Boy in training is thinking. So I don't think he'll get a lot of thinking done while I'm waffling on. No. Pardon?
No.
No. So, when my tea arrives, I will talk to you about back cups. And until that point, we shall just talk among ourselves. We shall just talk among ourselves. So I've got the favour for you to do for me this week. Hi, Keith. Yes, favour. I want you to share and tell. Aye, listen, he's got a bell as well. He's got a bell as well. Have you brought the bell with you?
Yeah.
Oh, he's got a bell. My friend Janice bought me this. We'd not been doing our community group very long, and she bought it, mate, to take to meetings to maintain order, and I do use it, and I stand at the front and I go, shut up, because it's the only way that you can get them all to be quiet. So anyway, Chrissy decided, go on, tinkle your bell. Chrissy decided that she wanted a bell. Show them your bell.
In a minute. Hiya, folks.
Show them your bell.
Oh, here.
Come along, chippy choppy.
Lovely bell.
So Chrissy decided she wanted one, so she's got one on the worktop in the kitchen, and when meals are ready, she rings the bell. We'll be back in a minute. It's a mad house. It's a mad house. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So now I've got my tea. My back cup. We'll all be sat together drinking our drinks of tea out of our special brew at 2 cups. So I've got to be careful with mine while I'm waving it about, because otherwise I'll end up with tea all over the floor. Yes. So we've got a couple of new bats to put on our bat map today as well. So that's good news. I was just saying to T-Boy that we could do with something sticking on these walls here, something sort of brew at two visit FYLDE Coast-ish, because it's a bit of a boring backdrop, isn't it? My head square in the middle of the window. Anyway, so if you would like to be a member of the official Bat Club, you can get your own Brew at 2 mug online, made specially and delivered straight to you. The link is in the description underneath the video. When we've done though, don't go nicking off. And they've got illustrations on both sides by T-Boy. There you go. Where's the bat gone? I'm going to get T-Boy in training. So Scott says he saw me the other day around by the Winter Gardens looking as if I was up to no good. Yes, probably. And I had a very funny experience yesterday, as you will know if you saw the come along Kevin, liberate the bat.
Sorry. Oh, it's got
liberate the bat. Yes, he's got a bit of a knot because he's spinning, you see. It's just on a thread. It's hanging by a thread, aren't we all? So he's just sort of spinning, and as he's spinning, he's tying into a knot. Yes, no buffering for a minute, Martin. That's because I'm very near to the router, whatever you want to call it. That's lovely. Thank you ever so much. until T-Boy in training knocks the cable out with his foot. Anyway, speaking of bats, I have another piece of equipment today. I have a new bag. What do you think to that? Is that not a Bobby Dazzler? That's a Bobby Dazzler. Yes, folks, I've been in Poundland. And inside my little bat bag, I am putting all my bits and bobs of things to show you bats. So we shall keep looking in the bat bag during this thing. And then on the shelf, I've got my bat box where I put things to stash. So this is for this week's show, and this is the bat box where we put things that we hold in abeyance. You see, got to have your filing system. You've got to know where everything is, because we're small but perfectly formed in this office, so we need to know where we've put things. Because you know what I'm like, you know what my memory's like. So we shall go to the bat map first before I get completely disorientated and forget my own name, because otherwise things might get even more bizarre. So today we've got new bats, drum roll and fanfare, to add to the bat map. So I would like to welcome you to Karen from High Peak and Jan from Glasgow. Now then, this is where the fun starts, girls, because I've got to try and guess where these places are on the map. Oh, we've already got Glasgow pinned on. We've already got a pin on Glasgow. I think we'll put another one on just to make it look busier. So that's the Glasgow. Oh, hold on. The dot is not actually on Glasgow, so you can have another pin. There you go. That's your pin, Jan. Now then, Karen's in High Peak, which is in Derbyshire, is it not, Karen? I should have looked at that, shouldn't I, before I started doing this? Now, if that's... Are you watching, Karen? Are you with us, Karen? Let's see if you're there. So this is Derbyshire underneath this yellow pin. Somebody got better knowledge of geography than I've got. So this is Derbyshire, and this is Nottinghamshire. Can't even see it. This is Nottinghamshire. So do we think that if I were to put the pin sort of there, that would work? Round about there? We'll put that one there, shall we? We'll guess that High Peak's there. I think I've probably been to High Peak, you know. Somebody's just asked, Jimbo says, I'm James from Audley. Can I be part of the Bat Club? Well, you're kind of part of the Bat Gang if you're a Bat Brew at 2 regular. But if you want to be on the map, you need to get the mug, because you see we're a little independent business, and we get no funding from the council. Get the violin out, and by selling things like cups and pictures and adverts and all the other stuff, it all adds up to enable us to be able to do this. And the super chats and super stickers and things like that, and coffees that people donate. Right, before you sit down, intermission. Before you sit down, T-Boy, come here.
Come here. What have I done wrong?
Come here, come and stand here.
Yeah.
T-Boy in training?
Two of us?
Yes.
Yeah, we just want to show how much older you look. Come on. Oh, Stephen.
Oh, Stephen. Now then, these are the 2 men in my life.
This gets a bit worrying when I put my hand round him.
This is the two men in my life. So this one is married to me. This one is Kevin. This one is T-Boy in training.
This one gets swatted.
Yeah, this one is the one that's slightly weird.
He came for a long weekend and never went back.
Yeah, this one is T-Boy, who does the drawing. And T-Boy is...
He's the clever one.
Yeah, he's the clever one. He's my dad. He's Derek. So anybody that's thinking,
Is he the resemblance?
yes, mistakenly, that I might be married to him, I'm not.
Oh, we used to get that, didn't we?
Yes, we used to get that quite a lot. Just to clear that up, because we had a bit of confusion this week. Although I would agree. I do agree.
Look older, don't I?
Yeah, that I met somebody on the promenade yesterday who said that T-boy in training aged me, and I have to say I do agree. I do agree. Yes, of course. I'll have to get him some Grecian 2000. Anyway, back to the bat map, because that's what we were talking about before we were rudely interrupted, weren't we?
Say hello to Stephen on catch up, by the way.
Yes. Hi, Stephen on catch up. So we've put the pins in for Jan in Glasgow and Karen in High Peak. Glasgow and High Peak, right? So I'm going to put you around the edges, girls. So we'll have a round of applause for Jan, new member of the Bat Club. We'll put you down there, Jan. You're a long way from home, aren't you? Down there at the bottom.
Don't forget to tell him I was born in Clydebank.
Yes, and T-boy in training was born in Clydebank, so there you go, you see. Might account for a lot, that, might it? Yes. Goodness me, how much strength do you need to stick a pin in a sheet of cardboard?
She's Bonnie and Clyde.
Yeah, I'm Bonnie and he's Clyde. And this is Karen from High Peak, so we'll put you there, Karen. And then you can join, because I'm trying to spread the colours out because it looks prettier that way, you see. We'll put Karen there. Oh, just skidded. I'm just skidded with my pen. It's not easy doing this live on air, you know. That's it. There you go. We'll just make sure we've not got you over the top of Sarah from Haverfordwest. So there you go, Karen. So big round of applause for our two new bats. It's getting quite impressive looking, that, isn't it? We just need to find somebody in the Highlands and somebody in Cornwall. Perhaps they'd need translations for us in Cornwall.
The wood in the Highlands.
The wood in the Highlands. We'd have to get T-boy in training doing that one. Right, so that's that. That's today's excitement. That's today's excitement. No pins in East Anglia, Stephen. Where's East Anglia? Where's East Anglia? Come on, enlighten me, somebody.
That lumpy bit, just where your thumb
This
is.
lumpy bit here?
Yes.
Right, we're in East Anglia is this lumpy bit here. No, so there's no pins in East Anglia. So if you want to be the first, you know what to do. And I think if you want to come, you better send me an atlas. You see, this is secondary school education for you. It's well, leaves a lot to be desired. So I'm going out now. I use my fly swatter as a fan. I'm going out at my just completely ignorance and lack of knowledge. Right, Daz has just asked, are we trusting T-boy in training to do the fireworks this week? Yes. Yes.
Trust and doing is two different things.
Trust, yes. T-boy in training has just said, trust is one thing, doing things is another thing. Yes. So he is intending to go to the fireworks this week, whether or not. So I'll have to go through the full checklist of phone, mask, keys, glasses, and then underpants. Have you got your pants on?
Money.
Have you put some petrol in the car? Have you got your money?
You got the Batmobile.
Yeah, have you got the Batmobile? So yeah, there could be quite a few things there to check on. But yes, they are planning to go to the fireworks on Saturday. If I set them off now, it's Tuesday afternoon. If I send them when we finish this, they might be there and organised, ready in time for the fireworks. So a couple of funny observations on that subject. So Mark Dodsworth, our comic, had made the comment about my tongue being sharp, which I thought was rather harsh, Mark.
It is.
Did you hear that? It is. And he says, I found a member of the T-Boy and Training supporters. We had our first march planned in Blackpool, but the police objected to our abbreviated group name on the banner, and I have no idea why. Think about it.
Tell them to try T-bit next time.
T-bit, yes.
T-bit.
Try T-bit. And John has written a poem for you. Are you ready, boys? Are you listening?
Yep.
It's called The World Fireworks Are Here in Blackpool. The World Fireworks are here in Blackpool, and this week it's Island on show. Make sure you get down to the comedy carpet if you really have nowhere to go. T-Boy and T-Boy in Training, the guys from Visit FYLDE Coast, will be out on the prom with their cameras, as tonight they will be our hosts. I hope the weather is good and no rain does fall from the sky, as trying to film when it's chucking down is never that good unless dry. You will hear the sound of explosions as the rockets they reach for the skies. People look up to the heavens above, awaiting a finale surprise.
Brilliant.
That's excellent, that, John.
That
Excellent. That's a corker. Oh, if T-Boy in Training is going to see the fireworks, you can pay £2 to get onto the North Pier at the side of Bloom Bar to get the best view.
Very good. Alright. I'm hoping my
Good bit of
mate
advice
is gonna-
that, Scott. Yeah, he's got a date, don't forget. He's meeting a woman. I don't know if she realises what she's letting herself in for.
And Haley, if you're listening to this,
Yes, if you're listening to this run. So the funny thing was, and the reason why I was introducing you to the family, I know most of you that are watching know the family. Yesterday while I was on the promenade, I was trying to do a live video, and once again the internet went it went on me. So we managed to get about 3 minutes and then it all corked. So just as I was setting up to strike up and get cracking, I'm sat there on the edge of the prom and this voice shouts, Jane, visit FYLDE Coast. And it was one of our viewers. It was a guy called Stephen Piper. Anyway, went and had a chat with him. And he seemed a little bit confused about which one actually, I was going to say belonged to me, but they both belong to me, don't they? Which one was the husband and which one was the dad. So that's why I thought I would just explain that little bit. So if you watched that little short, very short live video, I turned round, walked away from Stephen, really embarrassed him because I got him on camera. And then turned round and another couple were stood there smiling at me, at which point they said, Jane! It's getting a bit do with this. And it was another Stephen. It was Stephen and his wife from Ireland, and they watch our videos. So yes, I thought we'd just explain who we all are. So Jimbo's just asking, how do you get over the fear of fireworks? Because I really want to overcome it. I presume it's the noise that you don't like, Jimbo. So this might sound ridiculous, but what about exactly using earplugs? Because you can get them for buttons.
but use wax earplugs.
You can get them for buttons in a chemist. Most chemists sell them. But if you get some earplugs, T-Boy in Training says wax ones. Yes, Gren says the dad is the talented one and the husband is Tommy Cooper.
I know from my shift working days.
It would deaden the sound because T-Boy in Training worked shifts for 25 years. So he you know, is well versed in earplugs and which ones work best. And it will, even though you'll still feel the bang and you'll still hear it to some extent, it will deaden the sound. And Eric's just suggested maybe a pair of sunglasses, because that would mask some of the light and the brightness. So let us know how you get on, because if you're wanting to go to the fireworks in Blackpool, which is this Saturday, or gone blank. Oh, fireworks night, bonfire night, that's what I was trying to say. Obviously there's, you know, a really good atmosphere and it's a really good event, and if you want to go, it's a shame to miss it. So let us know how you get on, Jimbo. And Eric says that if you use silicone earplugs, they cut out all of the sound. Now, you see, I don't think silicone earplugs were a thing when Kevin worked at the bank when he worked shifts.
I find that the silicone ones tend to hurt my delicate ears.
Oh, the silicone ones hurt his delicate ears. He might be better with the wax ones. Delicate. So that's that. Right, have you entered our YouTube competition? We've got a competition running on YouTube, and all you need to do is to watch it and follow the simple instructions. I will put you the link in the description below, and I'm going to highlight it on my note sheets that I use. And I also remembered to put it on airplane mode. I shall highlight it so that I don't forget when we've finished. I'll put the link underneath. It's a nice competition. There's some sweeties in it, and there's some prints from our Seaside Emporium shop and a whole boatload of goodies. So I'm sure somebody will enjoy that. And there is a new video. Well, there's 2 videos coming up that you're really going to enjoy. One is really quite funny that I made in Blackpool yesterday morning, but I can't tell you what it is, because otherwise I would have to swat you. I would have to swat you with the fly swat. And the other one is a works shopping haul, because I had a little bit of a fuddle last week. And one of the things that I bought, which is in the back bag to show you, were some wooden dowels. Now, I've obviously bought these because they would make excellent flagpoles, street lights, etc. for my little driftwood houses, because I'm starting the Christmas ones now, because we need to be, you know, blistering hot weather and lovely sunshine, but we need to be thinking Christmas. And it just occurred to me when I was doing the shopping vlog video that these could be ever so useful for ever such a lot of other things. I thought I could sharpen them to a point and skewer these 2. What do you think? I think that could be quite...
You'd not get away with it. You've got too much evidence.
Too much evidence. I've told you now, haven't I? I need to be more subtle, don't I? But it just occurred to me when you've seen it. It's not online yet, but when you've seen it, you'll see where I was coming from, because I've got this kind of devilish look on my face. And the other thing I've got to tell you in our news section is a little bit of a toilet story. Now, would you like some toilet talk? Would you like some... Oh, that's all spilled everywhere. That's a mess. Ugh. Yuck. I think that has turned into something disgusting. Would you like some toilet talk today, people? Because I've got a very funny story to tell you. Brenda's already heard this one. But it was quite funny if you're interested. Let's put a little poll on. Toilet talk, yes, no. Add option. There you go. Right, so when you've all made your decisions, I'll tell you that later if you want to know. If you want to know. Hold on, why is that not working? Toilet talk, yes. Add option. Right, there you go. I think that's working. think that's working. Is it working? Must contain between 1 and 35 characters. It's not working. That's your community. It's not working. Right, well, there's quite a few people saying yes. So, well, I'll tell you the toilet talk story, shall I? It's a doggy toilet talk story, this one. I'm just going to get myself comfortable and then I can begin. Right, are you ready? So, Brenda will be sat laughing already at this one. So, our little doggy the other morning.
It's half the size of it.
Well, yes, exactly. It's half the size. Our little doggy is about that long by about that tall, I would say, to guess. He's only little. He's a Japanese chin. And you'll have no idea what one of them is, but they're like a cavalier but little.
Google it.
Yeah, Google it. They're right pretty and he's ever so clever. So he'd gone out to do a poo because it was early in the morning, and let me just say, he had the mother of all evacuations. I looked up and I couldn't believe my eyes. It was that big. Honestly, it was enormous. It was that big. So I thought, I've got to take a photograph of this. So I went and got my little phone, and I went and took a photo, and I put my foot at the side of it for scale, as you do. And then I messaged it to Chrissy, and I said, just look at this. Just look at this. No, I'm not kidding. I am not kidding, honestly. At the time, I'd got my furry slippers on, and I got my foot at the side of this object, and it must have been that big. It must have been nearly a foot long, and I couldn't believe my eyes. It was enormous. So I got, are you ready? Back to the back bag. I got the Bristol stool chart out. And I consulted the Bristol stool chart, and I thought, oh goodness me, that must have made his eyes sting. And I reckon it was a number 4. I think he scored number 4 on the chart. Like a sausage or a snake, smooth and soft, and that's exactly what it was.
It were a 10 from Len.
It were a 10 from Len, exactly. I was flabbergasted. In fact, I was so flabbergasted I couldn't stop thinking about it all day. See, there's nothing like a bit of toilet talk, is there? Anyway, the punchline to this story is that today, the other one seems to have got stomachache. So he's feeling very sorry for himself, and he's been dashing in and out all day, and he don't look happy at all. In fact, it looks as if he feels not well.
He's asleep at the moment.
Yes, he's asleep at the moment. The joy of owning dogs. Never again. You get to look at all these kinds of things in far closer detail than you'd have ever wanted to. So Valerie says, is it possible for you to show us some of the crafts you make, especially the villagers? And Lorraine says, thank you for my gorgeous driftwood house that the rest of the Goddard gang bought me for my birthday last week. It's beautiful. And thank you for the shout outs. Yes, we got a little bit mixed up, didn't we? Right, well, while you've diverted me, I'll get off my perch and I'll show you, shall I? Because they're stored away in these little storage boxes here under the roof. So I'll show you these, which just happened to be in a handy spot. So that's a picture. So that's made with all the stuff that I collect on the beach. So these are all pieces of driftwood, and it's all cut by my own fair hands and glued, and I sit there with my little Dremel cutting away. So that's one of them. And this is some of the beach huts. So this is a bigger one than that one that you got, Lorraine. Dramelsia, yes, that's me, I'm Dramelsia. So this is a bit of a bigger one with 2 little beech huts on it. So I get T-boy in training chopping the bits of wood, because these are made, the actual house is made from workshop waste, because you'd never find driftwood that shape. So this is driftwood, this is rope collected on the beach, the doors and the roof and all the tranclements and all bits of wood. So I was actually intending, I've only got a couple left that I've made sort of over the period of this year. So I was intending, when I've got cracking and made some new ones, that I was going to do a video. So watch this space. I shall do a QVC style video of my creations. So yes, I quite enjoy faffing. I'm faffing at the moment. I'm making something else. I'll show you when it's finished, because it might not turn out right. The mugs are I didn't say I was doing a tutorial, Eric. I said I was going to show you them finished. Mugs are £10, Jimbo. Links in the description underneath. Yeah, the irony of it is, John, that up to I should say about 2 years ago,
Yeah.
I took not the blindest bit of notice, bearing in mind that T-boy taught art and design for how many years?
26.
26 years. And we've had a creative business for 30 years, and until about, I should say 2 years ago, I never took the blindest bit of notice of anything that he said. I still don't take a lot of notice now, but I never did anything creative up until very, very recently. So you see, you're never too young to start. Yeah, you're never too young to start. Right, so anyway, moving on swiftly, because time's marching on. So we're on to comments now, your comments and things that you've sent and shout outs and all that kind of stuff. So first of all, I would like to say a big, I'm just looking for a suitable sound effect. That wasn't quite what I had in mind, but you get the drift. I'd like to say get well soon to Senga. Senga is one of our frequent flyers. She's been with us, I would say, right from the outset of doing Brew at 2. In fact, we've been chatting by email this week, and we were trying to work out when we first started doing it, and I think it was about November last year. I've written the date down in my book, and we'll see if we can muster up something a bit more exciting. But Senga's been with us at Brew at 2 right from the off, and she's having an op. Well, she's had an op. Hopefully she's not been bounced last Friday. So we need to sell her our best wishes. Send her our best wishes and get well soon. She's not sure whether she'll be able to watch it on catch up today, because she had it last Friday. And she says, I'm glad I came across your channel when I did. And regards to all of us. So that's lovely. So I hope you're feeling alright, Senga. I've kept thinking about you. Yes, we've done that. Oh, there was another joke from Mark about the fireworks, and he said the T-Boys team excuse for not filming was so flimsy, I wonder if it's just a cover. They are preparing a coup to remove you from leadership. A leader such as you cannot relax. Check the CCTV of the houses. Did they actually go? They wouldn't cope for 5 minutes, these two, on their own, would you?
No.
Would you?
No.
I would.
I would, he says. That is the biggest joke I've heard all day. He'd live on beans on toast.
So,
There'd be dust that thick
Yeah.
over every
I didn't
surface.
say how, so.
He'd never wash any clothes. He'd sit all day on his iPad like this, drawing, iPad, drawing, news, iPad, drawing, news. That would be your life, wouldn't it?
Sounds alright.
Every man's dream. Really peaceful and quiet.
Exactly. So that was that. And Christine sent us a poem as well. So we're all poemed up this week, aren't we? Are you ready? I quite like this one actually. It was in response to the day when we'd been shopping. And that's something that I doubt these two would do if they were left on their own devices. Not sure what they'd eat. So Christine had been shopping and she'd had a stressful day out. So are you with us, Christine? I didn't know whether I'd seen your comment today. Are you there, Christine? Are you there? Can you hear me, mother? So she said, I can read it in my Yorkshire accent. It was a northern Lancashire town. We set off to walk downtown today, my little dog and I. Weather 'twas beautiful, not a cloud up in the sky. I took her little water bowl so she wouldn't die of thirst. With the heat and everything, it was quite a walk from Hurst. We strolled around the market, which was packed with one and all. Must have taken us over an hour as we browsed on every stall. My bags were very heavy, I bought too much, truth to tell. Apples, oranges and grapefruit, cabbage, collie, taters as well. So I sat to rest on town hall steps as the benches they were heaving. No, and told abruptly to shift myself, you'd have thought that I'd been thieving. We went out for causing trouble, you'd have thought we were wearing hoods. But no, just resting weary legs from carrying all our spuds. I often shop down at market, I'm out in all kinds of weather. But may decide to shop elsewhere, 'cause now I'm spitting feathers. So the moral of the story is, if into this town you should come and choose to rest a while, watch where you put your bum. Very good that, Christine. Very good. You're a very talented. I think Christine must be watching on replay. She must be out and about and busy and doing something. So that was that. So I got some post this week. I keep waving this at you, don't I? Because you can see the stamps in the back bag. It's flapping and flying. I got a postcard, and this was from Mel and Brian in the Isle of Man. You can tell that because it says Manxisms on the top. So did you know that on the Isle of Man a cup of tea is Cappendihay? Is that right? Cappendihay? And an ice cream is a Rio Jag. So there you go. And on the back of it, Melanie's so excited to be part of the Bat Club because she's had delivery of her cups. I thought that was really lovely. I keep all these things, you know. I keep them all. They're all precious. I'm going to put that in the back box so that we don't lose it. And she sent a letter. And it says on the back, sour challenge, weirdness inside. It's a twist in the tail. I'm not quite sure why. You can see that I haven't opened it. I knew who it was from, so I knew it wasn't anything weird. If anybody ever wants to send anything, I don't put our address on the YouTube channel for obvious reasons. But if anybody ever wants to send any post, just send me a message, and I'm quite happy to send it by email. I just don't want everything weird and wonderful knowing about where I live. Not that everybody done already. Right, let's see what we've got here. Oh, they look very strange. Miracle berry. What on earth's a miracle berry? There's a card with it. Oh, now then. So it's a pretty little card that I would guess looks pretty much like the Isle of Man. And she says, hi Jane and all, my mum and I are avid bats and have loved Joss our challenge over the past few weeks. Here are some miracle berries. Look them up on internet. They make all kinds of sour food taste sweet. Well. After having one of these, you can eat a raw lemon without so much as a pucker. So the challenge is for you and T-Boy in training. Chew a berry for a few minutes, then spit it out. Eat the very worst scoring sour sweet on the scoreboard and experience the weirdness? Oh, it's not come from Melanie. I take that back. Oh, I honestly thought this had come from Melanie. I thought you'd sent this, Melanie. And this is from Nick and Viv Boswell. Nick Robertson and Viv Boswell. I've had two different lots. I wondered why Melanie was sending me a postcard and then sending me an envelope as well. I thought it was very strange. So I've had two posts this week. I'm excited. Thank you ever so much. Right. Now we've got to the bottom of that. You see, you can see that I genuinely hadn't opened it. Genuinely hadn't looked inside. And genuinely didn't know what it was. Right, shall we ever go at that today then, shall we? Shall we ever go at that today? Take half a berry and place it into your mouth. Chew for 30 seconds, moving it around. Swallow and enjoy new flavours. I think we'll have a go at that. I'll open it now, ready. We'll get ready, shall we? Because I've got some mingingness out. Oh, that's lovely, that. Oh, I'm all overcome. So that was that. Anyway, we'll do that when we come on to the sour challenge. We'll do that in a minute. Because we've still got birthdays to do and some shout outs and this week's topic. So we've got some comments from the cake crow video that I did with my mum. I have to say, all my clothes are getting tighter and tighter and tighter. Karen says, I love your videos on the cake crawl and was wondering what is your favourite cake and also your mum's. My favourite cake is anything, pretty much. What would you say Chrissy's favourite cake is? I should have asked her really, shouldn't I? She's partial to a bit of cake.
Cherry.
Cherry, probably. Yeah. I'll say cherry. We'll do Mr. and Mrs. And I'll ask her. And I'll let you know. And Stephen says, I had more than Chrissy. Is she trying to get me to wear larger size clothing? I am wearing larger size clothing all the time, Stephen. I can't say any other. Some Commodore Museum says Chrissy and Ada springs to mind. Was it not? Or was Ada's sidekick? Was Dawson, isn't it? Them two. Oh, what did they call her? It's gone. Come on, people. You know. You must know. I'm sure you know.
Google.
Yeah, Google. Farah says, thought they were sisters at first. Sissy, that's it. Sissy and Ada. Not Chrissy and Ada. Sissy and Ada. That's a good one. That's a like that. Sissy and Ada. Sissy and Ada's cake crawl. I've got another one.
Funny girls.
Yeah. And Kevin wants to call us funny girls. Sissy and Ada, the funny girls. I think that can be us. I write it down because I'll have forgotten. Farah says, thought they were sisters at first. Chelsea says, visiting Blackpool for the first time and I'd watched loads of your videos before we came. Saw you filming this morning and it was like seeing a celebrity. You've just made T-boy choke. Celebrity, I ask you. Right, so we said we were going to do some hotels because we've had a lot of negative press in the last few weeks about different hotels. And there was the famous headline locally about polishing turds, which actually came from somebody that I know, and I can just imagine him saying it. And would you believe that Sissy, I'd never heard that expression before. I'm sure you look at bracket toilets, aren't we? I'm sure you all know what polishing turds is. So I thought, well, you know, the popular media is always really happy to complain and criticise and be negative. So let's do what we normally do and let's have some really good holiday experiences.
Yes.
Yes. Right. So Laura, lovely Laura, says she always stays at the Glendower Best Western in St Anne's. The food is to die for. It's right on the beachfront and the service from the staff is second to none. It's been fully refurbished. They continue with social distancing, disabled friendly with larger rooms and wet rooms if needed. So that's a glowing report for the Glendower at St Anne's. Eric shared a very nice anecdote about going to a Regent's Park caravan site in Morecambe. And they had a great time using it as a base to come to Blackpool and to travel all over the place. And really enjoyed visiting the lighthouse and going to the battery and watching the high tide and eating fish and chips and all the rest of it that you do when you're on holiday. So there you go. Gren says we always stay at the Willowfield guest house on Bank Street near the train station at North Shore. So friendly, it feels like home from home and clean. They keep us informed of the events and entertainment that's going on. And it's lovely and clean, and they provide the best breakfast you could ask for. Liam says Park House Hotel on North Shore is his favourite. Lovely friendly hotel with entertainment each night. Delicious evening meal and a full English breakfast. Many rooms recently refurbished. And Lorna is Liam's friend and is going holidaying to the Park House with him in October when they visit. So Phil says hi to everybody, hi to all the bats, and his favourite place to stay is Carla Gran. He had a caravan there for 5 years. Carla Gran's at Fleetwood. If you're familiar with where the Eros roundabout is, as you're coming off the main road travelling into Fleetwood, it's just at the side of there. And the Ambassador Hotel, which of course is now flat and being used as a car park. And there is a video on the Visit FYLDE Coast channel if you'd like to watch that. We stayed there 4 years in a row when I came to Blackpool. I don't think you'd want to stop there now, Phil, because it's not there. Gail says we always stay at the Cliffs Hotel. It's handy for transport. It's got its own tram and bus stop, comfortable clean rooms, several bars and entertainment made famous by the Nolan sisters. And 5-star service for mains and buffet style starters and sweets. It's a good job I'm not stopping there then. Always come home half a stone heavier. Yes, exactly. Originally from Bolton, lived in Nottingham for 40 years, but her childhood memories are of holidays in Blackpool, especially crabbing down at Uncle Tom's cabin, the boating lake, winter gardens and the fabulous theatre, along with many an hour spent inside the tower. Thank you for your wonderful videos and for keeping my spirits up during lockdown. You're very welcome, Gail. You're very welcome. I shall put them on one side because we're just in the process of doing something quite interesting with hotels, which I will tell you about hopefully another day. Roanne says, my hubby and I actually came to Blackpool the day that you filmed this, because when I'd done the failed live broadcast, I did another one that should have been live but ended up being pre-recorded, and I mentioned Brew on that. And she says they stayed at the New Esplanade Hotel just opposite the Big Blue at South Shore. It's family run with Cheryl, Dave and their son and daughter. It's immaculate and the hosts are so friendly. They made us very welcome. So that's another good recommendation. And then Bill Thornby, last word to Bill, says, yesterday, you asked for holiday experiences in Blackpool. I'm 72 years old and about 65 years ago I was walking up the South Pier with my father and brother, having a photo taken by a professional photographer. I digress. What I'm trying to say is we had happy times, and that we had happy times then. Just no difference. It's what you make it. It's not Spain, Portugal or Greece, but by golly, you can have a ball in Blackpool. That is absolutely true, that, Bill. That is absolutely true. So I thought that was quite interesting. And I've just had another idea, but I'll not share it with you. Because if I do, T-Boy in training, he'll kill me. It was for something we can put on the website. I'll keep you posted. Right, so nearly to the bottom of the back bag. Nearly to the bottom, people. Birthdays. Right, are you ready? Drum roll. Birthdays. Keith, are you there? Are you listening? Calling Keith Swallow. Keith. Now Keith's our proper life real friend. Not that you're not. Hi Keith. And Kevin's dad. But not, don't ask, it's very complicated. That's another story. If anybody was in the venue on Sunday, we did our Marine Conservation Centre beach cleaning. We went for something to eat afterwards. So we were sat in the corner and we were trying to explain our very confusing family relationship to somebody who knows us all quite well but didn't know us that well. Well, I laughed and laughed and laughed and laughed and laughed. It was a wonder we didn't get thrown out. But right, good fun. It's nothing like a good ho 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 belly laugh. I could have done that clown in the pleasure beach. So it's, yes, and it was busy, so you know everybody was kind of looking at us. So round of applause for Keith. It's Keith's birthday this Thursday. Happy birthday, Keith. We've done a get well soon for Senga, but we'll say that again, get well soon, Senga. And we've got a new birthday request from Wayne and Joan for later on in the year. They love watching the YouTube videos. Now, I saw somebody put the birthday on 23rd of December. Right, I'm going to do this on this one occasion, Jimbo, because I've seen it. Oh, I've got you. I've got you. You're on. You're already on. But if anybody, this is the birthday book that I fill in and I will read out anybody's birthday. But you must email me. Don't put random comments on random videos because I won't see it or I'll forget. So email me. My email address is underneath the video. It's jane@therabbitpatch.co.uk, and I will put you on the birthday book and give you a shout out with pleasure. I think I might have got Mel's. I think I've got Mel's. So that's that. So let's do the sour challenge, shall we? The grand finale. This will be very interesting, this. So I'm going to open Nick and Viv's berries. So we need to, I'll obviously not chew the silica packet. So it says that you're supposed to chew one for 30 seconds. Right, let's have a bash at this then, shall we? No, you can leave them on, Melanie. You can leave them on, just don't expect me to find them. Completely tasteless. Very odd. Don't think you really need to spit it out. And it's disintegrated and disappeared. How bizarre. Now last week I tried one of these plain ones at the bottom because they were really strong and it nearly gagged me. So I have the bits. I have the bits in the bag. Yes, it was the one in the wrapper because I couldn't work out, could I, what they were. It was the one in the wrapper, and that was the bits that were left. So I'm going to try one of the loose ones today out of this bag. Now I think these are the go on, what they're called, mega sours. There's a name for them, isn't there? There's a Dr. Somebody or others, have they? Right, we'll have a bash at this and see if that berry does actually work. You ready?
Who remembers that? Jane Littlewood, This Is Your Life. 30 seconds.
Mm.
Didn't say it tasted nice.
I can feel it burning my tongue.
Well, packet of them.
90%, 90% burns.
Mm. 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 Mm.
Good view in this, isn't it?
Oh, that's really weird. That's really weird, that. You know when you've eaten like rhubarb and it sets your teeth on edge? I've got that. My teeth have gone all sort of funny. I think if I cleaned them, I'd end up, no teeth left. And I can feel it burning down here. But yeah, I think you could tell by the expression on my face that I didn't get that that you get when you eat something sour. So I would declare them a complete success. And they've come all the way from Bern in Switzerland. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Absolutely. How very bizarre. Grown in Africa. I wonder what they are. It says, oh, let's have a look. It's very little silver writing. Are you ready?
So you read that before you eat it.
Syncypalum dulciferum, I think it says. It's on silver paper. It's not right easy to read.
That sounds like a Harry Potter spell.
Syncypalum dulcificum. Yeah.
One of them.
Well. That is really odd. I can declare that Nick and Viv a success. Well done. They're enormous, these sweets. Just look at the size of that. Can you see it? It's in the bottom of there. I thought I'd got a big mouth, but really, it's still fizzing. I don't know. I think there's something in the middle as well, actually. It's floating about in a tiny little bit of tea. In fact, it's curdling my tea. Oh, how odd. I wonder what it's just to your insides, can't you? So, that was that. I think we'll stick this one onto the sour map. Now, if I remember rightly, they were quite rotten. So I think we'll move the smug balls up because they weren't as bad. We'll put the smug balls up here, and we'll put these, whatever they were, but they didn't have a name on, down here as sort of quite disgusting, but not as bad as some of the things that we've eaten. There. All right. So moving on. It's time for the finale. Are you ready? Out of the back bag. Back to the back bag for the finale. And ooh, the glasses. Are you ready? Could wear that for a hat, couldn't I? No, it's not big enough. It's not big enough for my big head. Smiling is infectious. You catch it like the flu. When someone smiled at me today, I started smiling too. I passed around the corner and someone saw my grin. When he smiled, I realised I'd passed it on to him. I thought about that smile, then realised its worth. A single smile, just like mine, could travel round the earth. So if you feel a smile begin, don't leave it undetected. Let's start an epidemic, quick, and get the world infected. See you next week. Bye.